This is Arukh HaShulchan Yerdeh Siman Kaf Ches Sif Lamed Beis Lamed Daled. This is day 144 of the Supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi series. Lamed Beis. HaShulchan L'Chol Shabbos. Somebody who was shecht for a sick person on Shabbos. Lo Yichas Adam. Shouldn't go to blood, even though of course Shechit is the Raisa, and Kisei Adam would be. Well, let's see. It's Rabbanan. I feel Yeshu Dekanotzi about Yom. Obviously, if you have to dig up the dirt, it might be the Raisa. Although it might be Lachashen Tzich Legufa. But in any event, even it's only Rabbanan for sure. I feel Yeshu Dekanotzi about Yom. Even though, even if he has a spike, which is I'm not sure that's the right translation. So it's an event, some tool like that, which is embedded from before Shabbos began in in the granular dirt. No shaykhos you have to be allowed to cover in this manner. King Am Shabbos and on Shabbos also therefore you should allow him to fulfill the mitzvah kisei dam sure you beheter you shechted permissibly. And this kisui, since there's no digging, since it already has the granular dirt, and there's a decker nose, so there's only issue muktzah rabbanim. Do not permit this. It's not paid out. The Dochel mitzvah zu is shebel they push the mitzvah with their power of telling people to refrain from doing mitzvahs. As those heker shiom zeh us shchita in order that people shouldn't recognize that this day is normally us b'shchita. They only permitted that which is actually absolutely necessary for the sick person. And the covering is not necessary for the sick person. That is the ran. And Motzei Shabbos at night on Motzei Shabbos imadayim rishuma after Shabbos is over imadayim rishuma nikar if the still trace of blood is recognizable Chasin should cover it. Lavin if not parts are exempt. Sheni b'Tosefta Hashem Shabbos Yom Kippur and somebody who shechts on Shabbos Yom Kippur obviously mischayev v'nafsho even though he's it's chayav misa for having violated Shabbos Yom Kippur. Kem shechoshcha, still, whatever. Everything you can do, should do. Once darkness falls, mi'adam kayim, if the blood is still extant, then chayav v'chasa, he has his hatukis adam. Fasting to sefta. So my mitzvah says, we don't say kem shechoshcha rabbi hashchita, but it's a skill of kares. We don't say since with the shchita they violated a prohibition which is chayav skill or kares. Skill on Shabbos, karev Yom Kippur. Leap term Kisui, he should be exempt from Kisui. The Shaykhus says no connection. Came in Shchitas Kosher, much Gustav seemed the opposite since it's Shchitas Kosher, even though he violated Shabbos, the Shchitas Kosher. And less, so therefore you should do Kisui if you can. Obviously, the case with the Shchitas Parcel, based on the parameters that she wrote there, the Bud Kisui is exempt from Kisui. When you slaughter for a sick person on Shabbos, because he says he designed it, he says he writes the Yesh Mishra, those who say She'im. If he had ashes ready, which he uses in order to cover excrement, he can cover with the blood. I feel it was Shabbos, even on Shabbos. For near the day of Zusveres, it seems this being holds the Dafka Shesh Issa Rabbanan Kamot Decker notes. Still, there's Issa Rabbanan, such as when the spike is embedded. Shesh Ephraim Mukham, but when there's ashes which are ready, Shembo Muksa, there is no issue. Muksa Tzor Chasos. So I feel that time she's bar. But that, according to that, which you explained, wanted to make a a reminder, or something that is noticeable. They also not matir, even if you have afer, which is muchan. But in the basis, perhaps everybody agrees with this. That I'm not sure what he means. Agrees that it's okay to do. But to what? Tzarchin. I guess everybody's made it's mutter. Rash Basal custom foolish but save Mishmeres Mishmeres. Rash writes explicitly even this scenario is not permitted. The bracket says Vatul Shor Custom Gankin Pshitas Vatul Shor writes was simply the Chasa without any contention. The Chasa Bracha should do Kisi with a Bracha. I'm not sure, very unsure about this. I'm not sure which way the das is. Shulchan like it for sure. Racing of Pesach Tshuva Shevi Gamke saved for the Moshe Shlach says that he does not allow Kisui even with Aver. So he time he didn't bring down his reason. Feina Sefer the Tachas Yodi. I don't have the Sefer available. Therefore I don't know exactly what the paskin. How much cost that for a shor l'shchol b'Shabbos l'tzchesela, and also what the shor wrote to that shecht on Shabbos for chayla on a smooth stone. She's kind of on Shabbos, so the blood should remain to Shabbos. I don't know that when you're shechting, I can't be called nefesh. Tzarech mehirus v'zrizus yisera. You need. I'm not sure how to parse the sentence. I said tzarech me. I guess it means you need to act quickly. V'zrizus yisera and have extra meticulousness. To look for a smooth stone, and something similar. If that should be something which is, I guess, even laudable, because you're being directly because of nefesh. Because more analysis, a little bit more analysis. I showed me stop the other b'shchita some shechs, and he messes up, and the shchita becomes available. Going to show us that she did shehiyah, doras or drisa, or chamishar psulim b'shchita, one of the other psulim b'shchita. Or sheshochem and nimtzes treifa, but is a aver, or if he shechted and found the animal was found a treifa in one of the organs. Part of the chassos is the example covering there. She'enu ilachil, it's not so to eat. Kisadan ksiv tzeicha of asher yachel. Says you hunt a chay or off which can be eaten. Therefore, if you have a defute, a person who's not fully sane, or a child who's shechted, and some people will never watch them, where our assumption is that most of what they do is inappropriate. But some off, like you wrote in the you're there. It's example. If he wants to be machmir. And Duki said that without a bracha, so we don't allow this because people should not come to something ruinous. They're going to say, people see the covering, will say, if they're covering the blood, we should assume it's a cause of shchita. People come to eat from it. That's the Bach and the Shach. Those who say, do I think it's also true about an adult who does not know Ilcha Shchita. Shah Bein Benatz who shechted privately without any supervision. Shem Chas don't cover the blood. That's the Taz. Yesh Chas Bracha. Some say in that scenario to cover that bracha. That's the short. Usually, it seems to me the fear time she's bar based on the reason which we explained. The people should not come to a ruinous conclusion. Is better not to cover. With them saying no, those cast aspersions on this reasoning. Koko Kenya Ikar, there seems to be primary, and therefore also by Gadol, who is Shoiche Pedomain Atzmo, don't do Kisa. Avachem Rosim also, but if other people are supervising him, Hadar Pashim Shemachazim Brocha. It's clear that you should cover even the bracha, because then we assume the shchita is kosher, which doesn't seem enough. Like we're in Siman Seif Mem. But I feel cotton shishach b'achem running masot tzirich bracha, and even a cotton who shechts, and people are watching him requires a kisui with a bracha, the shach. But that welcome shchita does kosher b'diavad. It's not a case where his shchita is kosher b'diavad, goes shechol amen yadav, like such as where he can has control of his hands, much time is Siman Aleph, like you said previously. But if it's a scenario where his shchita is not kosher, then mechas below bracha, cover that a bracha. But to not cover all, it's not possible. Some people see that he shechted properly. They're watching him. They're supervising him. Granted, we're machmir not to eat it. Mitzvah say the rights can exempt us from the mitzvah to say the rights of B'chisi Adam. It's not comparable to the case when nobody's supervising. The chazaka, there the a priori assumptions they shechted inappropriately. The bracket says, "Can you chalek masha bezelo gazina shavadei dekiko?" This seems to be a distinction. Why in this case we don't make a decree, they might come to a ruinous ramification because people were supervising. Shashachas mo chashash bezeh b'sif kadam chavd out. With the shach himself was concerned with the sif kadam chavd out. Mishum mekan iv shayif toratzmo, because here you can't exempt yourself from the mitzvah of kisui, since the bottom line is the shchita is could be considered to be a kosher shechita because of supervision. Okay, that brings us to the end for today.